Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about Tokyo Ghoul, the full season 1 recap. And before you start saying that Tokyo Ghoul came out in 2014, I know, but I recently watched it and I decided I wanted to talk about it. Because why not? Why not? So now I'm going to explain the series the best way I can. So Tokyo Ghoul is an anime based in Tokyo, and there are people living among ghouls. So basically, a ghoul looks like a human, but the only difference is that a ghoul eats human flesh. I know, right? Scary. So what I mean basically is that you can never actually know who is a ghoul and who is not a ghoul. I really hope you know what I mean. So the series is actually about a normal guy named Ken Kaneki. So Kaneki is just living a normal life, and one day he meets a girl named Rize and goes on a date with her, which ends successful until she tries to eat him. And then that's when he finds out she's a ghoul. But before she can finish eating him, she gets squashed by metal beams, killing her. After that, Kaneki is found and sent to the hospital, where the doctor transfers Rize's organs into him to save his life. Unfortunately for him, the side effects of the transplant are that he is now half ghoul, half human, and needs to eat human flesh to survive. And he sometimes also gets these weird visions about Rize. So Kaneki starts hiding from his friends, or should I just say friend, because it's only one guy. And he also starts losing the taste of his favorite foods. So then Kaneki one day goes out, and as you can have it, he runs into another ghoul named Nishiki, who attacks him from being in his territory. But then another ghoul named Toka saves him from being killed, and she then offers him human meat, but he refuses and runs away. He tries not to give in to his hunger for humans, but it proves grueling. So by trying to remain human, he hangs out with his best friend and only friend, Hide. Hide does not know that Kaneki is now a ghoul. So then Hide introduces Kaneki to Nishiki, and Hide has no idea Nishiki is a ghoul too. And yeah, I know, this can be good. After that, Nishiki attacks them, knocking out Hide in the process. This causes Kaneki to get so angry, and he unleashes his Kagune for the first time. So if you don't know what a Kagune is, it's basically a weapon ghouls can release from their back. So then Kaneki beats up Nishiki so bad that it looks like he's dead. After that, Kaneki gets more and more hungry and wants to eat Hide, but at the last second he is stopped from eating Hide by Toka, and she decides to help him. So he passes out and is taken to a cafe where she works, and the owner of the cafe, Yoshimura, is a ghoul. So yeah, that's happening. Hide is taken to the cafe too, and he survives, but he doesn't know that they are all ghouls though. So the cafe owner, Yoshimura, offers to have Kaneki stay and work at the cafe alongside Toka and other ghouls who are trying to coexist peacefully in society. So just as Kaneki is continuing his life and training at the cafe, he is befriended by the purple-haired ghoul Tsukiyama. Tsukiyama invites Kaneki to dinner, but actually Tsukiyama has other plans for Kaneki. It turns out that the invitation for dinner is actually Kaneki being taken into a trap for other ghouls to eat him. However, Tsukiyama witnesses Kaneki's one-eyed form and decides that Kaneki should be a meal all for himself. So then he decides to let him go. Then Kaneki comes across a wounded ghoul who's other than Nishiki. Yay! Turns out he's still alive. And by the way, that year was sarcastic. Kaneki then decides to help Nishiki and learns that he's in a relationship with a normal girl named Kimi. And I know guys, we've already had a lot of names, but bear with me. And don't forget to like and subscribe. So then Kaneki returns to the cafe, but he has to leave once more after learning that Tsukiyama has taken Kimi hostage. It turns out Tsukiyama wants to eat Kaneki while Kaneki is eating Kimi, which is just really weird and gross. Am I right? Yeah, whatever. However, with the combined efforts of Kaneki, Nishiki, and Toka, they are able to defeat Tsukiyama. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, a guy named Mado and a newbie Amor, two officers aka Doves from the CCG, who hunt for some of the most notorious ghouls in town. Oh, and by the way, the CCG stands for the Commission of Counter Ghoul. They investigate criminal ghoul activities. And while Mado and Amor are looking for a ghoul to kill, they find Jason, a notorious ghoul, but he gets away. So as protection from the CCG, to hide his face, Kaneki gets a mask like most ghouls have, and Kaneki starts investigating Rize's past. While that is happening, a ghoul organization called the Augury Tree begins killing members of the CCG and ghouls around the city. And rumor has it they're being led by powerful ghoul named the One-Eye King. So back at the cafe, the inhabitants are visited by the Augury Tree members, who are part of the notorious group of ghouls I mentioned earlier, and they're looking for Rize. And they discover that Kaneki is a One-Eyed Ghoul, and Jason, the notorious ghoul, takes him captive at Rize's replacement. Then the members of the cafe devise a plan to save Kaneki, under offered help from Sukiyama, who turns out to be still alive. Meanwhile, since Kaneki has been captured, he's getting a torture of a lifetime from Jason. He gets tortured over and over again. I honestly felt bad and hated those parts so much. He gets tortured so bad that his hair turns white. After being tortured for what felt like a lifetime, Kaneki finally accepts his ghoul side after a pretty weird heart-to-heart talk with a vision of Rize. He then gets so angry, escapes, and beats Jason, and actually ends up eating his Kagune, which was honestly so satisfying for me to watch. Kind of. So after that, Kaneki gets out of where Jason was keeping him and actually saves Stalker. And at the end of the whole season 1, he actually joins the Auguri Tree, the weird group I don't like. They're kind of like a bad guy group. After all the people he's met and all he's been through, he does that for some reason. But that's how season 1 of Tokyo Ghoul ends. I will honestly say that I didn't talk about everything that happened in the whole season because I got tired. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to leave a comment on what series or movie I should talk about next. And the series doesn't have to be an anime. Anyway, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.